Hey guys, it is Friday here in West Virginia, and we have a set of M2 Duallys to unbox for our Free It Friday. And not only are we going to unbox them, but we're going to chassis swap or body swap them for you. As you guys may have remembered, we did a unboxing on Coca-Cola sets. Those two guys there, but I've done both sets where I've removed the tampos from them. I wasn't going to do it to both, but the first truck I did here has a flaw, and it has a little tiny scratch from the door from where they had busted loose in the box and shifted all around. And that broke up the chassis. These things were totally trashed when I got it. The USPS destroyed them. But it's also partially M2's fault for using these cheap plastic bases on these trucks that we pay the premium price for to receive metal bases and metal bodies. But anyways, since we have both sets stripped down with no tampos, this set that I have in my cases here are the two that I'm keeping like this in my collection. Now, I don't need two sets of them slammed, so what I'm going to do is we're going to unbox this beautiful set here I just received yesterday in the mail, and we are going to body swap or chassis swap. It's more involved than a wheel swap, but it's actually easier in my opinion. But anyways, we're going to slam this one and slam that one. And eventually they'll both go back in this case slammed. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and unbox this right now. But this is the 1973 Chevrolet Cheyenne Super 30 set. This is S43. As you can see, it says Chevy pickups there on the front lower part of the box. The background says Chevy pickups. The box is done in a tricolor, black bottom, white middle, and a blue top. And on top, it has the bow tie with Chevrolet in it. And then on the back side, you have the Chevrolet bow tie with Chevy pickups on the bottom. This bottom side here has your licensing stuff for M2 and General Motors, and also I think it has something to do with the like age recommendations because of choking hazards and so forth. There's your UPC that you scan at Walmart, and where to find M2 on Facebook and Instagram and on the internet. So anyways, these guys are held down, or held close, I should say, with just one round sticker. Some of the singles had two round stickers. Actually, they started out with one round sticker, and then they noticed like the tabs were ripping open or something. People were complaining, so they put a piece of Scotch tape on the bottom. And then eventually it ended up being two round M2 lettered stickers. So you had two round sills, one on the bottom, one on the top. But I've noticed now in the recent set that we unboxed, we went back to just one round sticker. So I don't know what that was all about. But anyways, as I've mentioned before, if you just pull the sticker back and you pull on it, it's not going to hurt the cardboard. Usually it'll help pull out that tab, but it's not doing that today. Man, that's really in there today. Well, we got it loose. So anyways, yeah, usually the sticker, the adhesive from the other half of the sticker stuck on this flap will pull the flap open. But today, those little locks, like where it's cut and it locks behind these ears, it is really holding good today. So then it has the inner tab there that flips out. Then you have a piece of plastic, but if you can't get it pulled out, don't rip your box. You can push from one end and it will push it out. And there goes that piece of PVC plastic. And you have one on both sides. As you can see, the other one's coming out here with the trucks. So just pull that out, and then you have your case exposed. These cases are easy to open nowadays. They just kind of pop right up. These things, when they first were launched, they used to be the hardest thing in the world to open. I almost could never open one without breaking the ears off. And I'm talking back in like the early 2000s, like between 2000, say, I don't know, 8 or 9, when they released auto haulers, up until maybe like 2015, they were like that. But after that, they started changing them where they were pretty easy to open. So anyways, you got this beautiful, I don't know what to call it. I thought it was gold when I first seen it, but this is more of like a I don't know, it just sounds stupid, but like a wheat color, but khaki. If it was a pair of pants, it would be khaki color with white inserts and white roof. Pretty cool combo. Then the red one with the chrome molding with no different color insert, just one solid color, looks really nice. It almost looks good just setting as a two-wheel drive, but I am going to slam it. But we have more trucks coming up, and if I see one that would be better suited for a slam chassis, I will swap it around, because my intentions are to collect only slammed dualies, the single cab and the quad cab, and only ones that are like actual vehicles, like not Coke Tampos or Mr. Pibb and all that crap. If I can take them off easily, then sure, I'll buy them. And if I find them at retail, I should say, I'll buy them. Or if it's a generally cool set like this one was with 2 trucks, then yeah, I'll buy it and take the tampos off, even on eBay. But yeah, I'm going to try to keep it restricted so it doesn't get out of control. So anyways, yeah, we're just going to be doing the dualies. That is it. So on the bottom, they're held down by 2 screws each. And we're going to take the single cab off first. And then we will work on the crew cab. So yeah, anyways, as I was mentioning, the single cabs, and the same thing with the crew cab, I will try to have like one 2-wheel drive variant to show what it looks like, and one 4x4 variant to show what it looks like. Now, the single cab does not have a factory 4x4 base yet, but I have a feeling it's in the makings from M2. You can buy the aftermarket World ones on eBay that are 3D printed. So now comes the dually. I mean the crew cabs are both dualies. So, yeah, this one screws are a little bit tighter, but nothing that we can't get undone. So, there we go. I think that one is loose. And usually if they're 4-wheel drive, because of the awesome detail that M2 does on their 4x4s, they would have another bracket on the bottom of the vehicle that's staggered to miss the drive shafts, because M2 really does a nice job with the transfer case and dry shafts on their trucks. Now, one thing I wanted to check on this guy here, and it is a plastic base too. I don't know what's up with M2, why they did this. They really should have made metal bases for these single cabs. I understand trying to cut costs and things like that, but come on, you guys are charging the premium price. You're not charging $4.99 for a driver's series pickup. You're charging us the $6.88 for a single pack one, or this $19.97 for 2 of them, which comes out to be $10 a piece. I know sometimes the auto hauler sets, though, we will get the driver's series cars on the trailer, but usually we get a pretty complex rig where it's, you know, cab over engine rig with a nice trailer that hauls like 4 cars, or some display case style trailer that will hold 1, definitely maybe 2 cars in it. So it's a little more complex of a set than just 2 trucks. But anyways, yeah, that's the only thing I would like to see, is that they would change these to a metal base. One reason, because of the experience I had with these slammed ones, and it wasn't the seller's fault. The box arrived perfect, and his packing job was nice. It was just that the USPS threw it around like it was a football, and inside, these trucks ended up shifting and breaking. It ripped the screw out of the chassis with a piece of plastic around it, and it stayed intact to the body. And then the body flopped up and down enough where it busted the weakest part of the chassis back here. So when I got them, this forward was still screwed down to the base of the display case, but the body was floating around inside with the rear wheel still attached and the front screw still attached. It was crazy. Both of them did that. It was insane. So make sure, if you guys are getting stuff shipped, I don't care if people open mine. Those sills mean nothing to me, and really it shouldn't affect the value of any M2 product. The only ones that should impact the value of is if it's in a clamshell or a blister pack, and you actually have to cut it open or rip it open. But these little stickers, that's not really like breaking open the package. I know it's a sale, but come on now, it's just a sticker. So anyways, we're going to take the base off this guy first. It just is held on by 2 Phillips screws. Very simple thing here. And this is the first regular like 2-wheel drive single cab dually I've messed with. I've swapped around a lot of the crew cabs in the past before I started really collecting them, and I wish I would have kept some of the ones that I had put together before, but anyways, I sold them. But I don't know why, but once I got the last one, the last one I found at Walmart, I should say, the red and black dually, the single cab, I fell in love with that thing. It was awesome. So, because this is kind of gritty, like sandpaper, I'm just going to set the body on top of the junkers here. And then here's your chassis for the 2-wheel drive. But as you can see, this one doesn't have that weak area because it doesn't have an insert here. I don't know why they made this one with the insert, because they're making totally different chassis, and with the dually, you're always going to have those big ass tires on it. See here how there's lines here? There's an insert here that pops off, and the axle will pop out. M2 does that a lot with their chassis, with most chassis, because they have cars like Camaros or Chevelles or Roadrunners that they want to make look like a pro street drag car with wide slicks on it. Then they have variants where they release with this little skinny stock polyglass style original red lines or white lettered polyglasses, and you need a wider piece of frame. So that's why they made the lower half of the frame removable on a lot of their cars. But because of this dually always going to be a dually and always have these dual wheels and such, I don't know why they made it like that, because as we can see here, well, the 2-wheel drive one is going to be setting higher for that matter, so it's going to be a totally different chassis. But, yeah, once I get this off, I'll show you guys where it broke. You may be able to see. I did a pretty good job fixing it. You cannot really see anywhere on this outside where it was repaired. And it was busted into 3 pieces. And it's pretty rigid, like factory. Put that screw there. And that one there. And once again, we'll set that body over here on top of a couple junkers. Okay, so here is where it cracked. You can see where I glued it right there. See, it busted that whole back section off. Yeah, you can see the crack all the way around that round hole where the screws go to screw it down. And then up here, as I said, the screw and this little piece of plastic. You can see, if you look close, the line around here where it busted off and held into the body with the screw. So, yeah, and they're just cheap design. And this one's really weak. As you can see, it's, since it has that removable piece, there's nothing holding it down together here in the bottom. It's just this upper part here, so it's very flimsy. So anyways, we're going to drop this body onto that chassis, and that looks fantastic. Just as I had planned for. And the younger viewers won't remember this, but like Hannibal said on the A-Team, I love it when a plan comes together. I think they even said that in the new movie where Liam Neeson played Hannibal, but I don't know. I haven't really watched that movie all the way through, just parts of it. So anyways, we're going to put the screws back together, or back in there, not back together. We're putting the screws in the truck to put the truck back together, I should say. Alright, so there is the khaki colored one with a slam base. Now the powder blue one, we'll get the screws together here in a minute, but I want to do the slam. That's how it will look. Powder blue 2-wheel drive. That don't look bad at all, actually. So we'll set him off to the side. Then we're going to take the chassis out from underneath the two-wheel drive crew cab. And as you can see, a metal base on this guy. There's a metal base on the slam ones and such. I'm just kind of interested to see what they're going to do about the base on the four-wheel drive single cab when they do release it. Are they going to make it with metal or plastic? Now, I hope it's metal because their leaf springs on the four-wheel drive are what makes the four-wheel drive so rigid. It's metal. The leaf springs are metal and made as part of the base. Now, the housings and dry shafts and transfer case, those are all plastic. But because of the leaf springs being so rigid, because they're part of the base, makes it a nice setup. So here we go. Two-wheel drive base off. And now the slammed base coming off of this guy here. So this is coming along pretty good. And as I mentioned, the two-wheel drive crew cab slam base is also metal. And so is the four-wheel drive. So we just got to anticipate for the four-wheel drive lifted single cab base. And I'm really hoping that they make it metal. I hope they go back and redo the single cab bases for two-wheel drive and slammed in metal. That chassis is really in there. There we go. All right. So now take the red body back and drop that base in under it. Yeah, that thing looks sharp. Slammed on the ground. That looks very nice. Now, in the coming days, we will have the SEMA four-wheel drive to take a look at and unbox. It's the Chase variant. We're going to be doing that this weekend. So this is our Friday, Free It Friday. So either tomorrow or Sunday, we're going to do the SEMA Chase unboxing. Not the single cab that we just did last week. And that was just a regular variant. We're going to be doing the SEMA of I think it's 2023. It could be 2024. No, 2023. I'm sorry. The four-wheel drive black crew cab with flames, pretty cool piece. We're going to be doing that one, and then we're going to have a few more sets coming of these dualies. We got the crew cab two-piece set coming with the black 4x4 and the yellow and white two-wheel drive, and then we have the Trans Am GMC set coming with the 3500 and 1500 GMCs, both slammed, the Firebirds on the hood. That set's coming up. And then we have the O'Reilly's American flag single cab coming. And we have the Miho crew cab Moon Eyes coming. We have a lot of cool stuff coming for you guys. So be sure to turn on your notification bell and subscribe if you have not already. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed and support my channel and such. But here are the two now slammed. And now I'll show you what this guy looks like. This chrome wheel two-wheel drive base, I'm saving for my yellow and white truck when it gets here, because it has black wheels on it, and I'm not a really big fan of the black wheels on it because it has all chrome accessories, bumpers, all of that, stock yellow and white two-tone paint and such, but they put black wheels on it. I think the chrome will look much better on it, and I'll put the black wheels on this along with it. The yellow and white one's ladder rack. I'm not a big fan of ladder rack. That's one of the options on that SEMA one we're going to be doing tomorrow that I do not like, is that ladder rack. So that's what we have in store for you guys. So a lot of cool stuff coming up. We do have some other Mopars coming soon. We have another Stance Hunters Challenger coming. I don't know if you guys have even seen the color that it's coming in. It's like a purplish pink color. It's not the Christmas release. It's more darker, like a plum crazy, but it's not plum crazy. It's hard to describe, but a beautiful looking car. I haven't seen them for sale on eBay or anything yet. We have that coming, and I don't know what else we all have coming for Mopars, but we have a ton of Chevy trucks coming, that's for sure. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll talk to you again this weekend when we show you the SEMA Crew Cab.